10 most extreme moments caught on camera. From a sudden landslide in Taiwan, China that almost swept a commuter off the road, and the shocking moment a small plane crash lands on a highway in Florida, to one driver's Hollywood-style escape. Through a crazy storm in Western Australia and a freak tornado in Taiwan that almost carried a woman away. Here are the 10 most extreme moments caught on camera. Number 1. You've probably never heard of Maine. It's a small town in the southern part of the state and home to about 4,600 people. The Androscoggin paper mill used to be a local landmark, but that all changed on April 16, 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic triggered widespread layoffs at the paper mill. They had recently let go of 177 workers in July and planned on more cuts as the pandemic continued. On April 16th, an explosion caused a loss of jobs for everyone, with the mailroom and 2 logging trucks affected. Fortunately, the 175 mill employees present at the time escaped unharmed, thanks to their safety training. The explosion resulted from a malfunction in the pulp digester, a pressure cooker used to process raw materials like grass and wood, shattering the mill into pieces. Number 2, Long Han is a major city in southeastern Vietnam. It's home to about 171,000 people and one very lucky man. On July 5th, 2022, a drunk man in his 50s was out for a late-night walk. His journey required him to cross the north-south railway tracks. He was so drunk that he didn't realize the arms were down and a train was coming. In a stroke of incredible luck, the man's life took a dramatic turn. As a 33-year-old rail crossing worker named Istran Vanta diligently carried out his simple task of lowering the crossing arms for an approaching train, he witnessed a drunk man attempting a dangerous feat. Undeterred by the warning signals, the man tried to outrun the train, but failed miserably, crashing to the ground. Actively responding to the situation, Vanta swiftly rescued the stumbling man from the tracks just moments before the train whizzed by. The incident, captured on video, serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of patience and the perilous effects of alcohol. All the man had to do was wait a mere 2 minutes to avoid becoming a viral sensation for all the wrong reasons. Number 3, on August 8, 2015, typhoons. So Youre hit Taiwan around 5 o'clock in the morning. It was the equivalent of a Category 3 hurricane. We're talking 120-mile-per-hour winds and nearly 50 inches of rain. It was the kind of storm you didn't want to get caught in. In Tainan City in southern Taiwan, a driver kept their dash cam rolling as they tried to outrun a tornado created by the storm. Outrunning a tornado proved impossible as it struck directly on top of them. The video showed tornadoes often appearing during typhoons and hurricanes, usually on the outskirts of the storm. The woman suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries, and a white minivan ended up wedged in a tree down the road. It's unclear where the woman came from, but she seemed to be walking under the trees when the tornado surprised her. Imagine going for a casual walk and encountering a freak tornado out of nowhere. Number 4. The Republic of Bashkortostan is a Russian state between the Youre and Volga mountains. It covers about 55,000 square miles and is home to 4 million people. That puts them on par with Iowa in the US, and like Iowa, Bashkortostan is prone to some pretty crazy tornadoes. On August 29, 2014, a powerful wedge tornado touched down near some houses. A local man faced a terrifying tornado as he drove out of his garage, recording the harrowing experience on his dash cam. Rain pelted his car, and the trees began to bend. Attempting to escape, his car was hit by debris, and the wind pushed him off the road toward his house. Unfortunately, his garage was destroyed before his eyes. The aftermath footage revealed the storm's devastating impact, and though the timestamp was incorrect, the scene was undeniably intense. Number 5, October 16, 2019, was another day on the job for Utah Highway Patrol Trooper Ruben Correa. He was working the late shift watching for speeding vehicles in the early morning while dealing with a traffic stop. A call came over his radio about an unconscious driver stuck on the train tracks. Ruben ran back to his cruiser, threw on his lights, and raced 14 miles north. Trooper Correa rushed to save the driver as the train approached. Despite trying to explain the danger, the unconscious driver couldn't respond. With seconds to spare, they narrowly avoided a tragic collision. The train sent the car flying, but fortunately, Trooper Correa's quick actions saved the day. Social media praised him as a hero, but he remained modest, saying he was just doing his job. Number 6. The next time you're in Elsa, Saudi Arabia, be careful where you're pumping gas. On May 15th, 2022 drivers won a local gas station. We're in for a terrifying experience. If you have an irrational fear of exploding gas stations, you should probably look away. A line of cars and trucks. Wait for their turns at the pump, but keep your eye on the reserve tank area on the left side of the screen. A white sedan drives by and leaves the station. They have no idea what they just missed. Moments later, kaboom! The reserve area explodes, sending slabs of concrete soaring into the air. Thick black smoke fills the gas station. We imagine that's what the gates of hell probably look like. Look at how the tops come flying off as the pressure builds inside a split second later. The entire thing explodes from what we can piece together. The reserve tanks allegedly exploded due to high temperatures in the area. With little news available out of Saudi Arabia, we can't say exactly what caused it. Number 7. On April 23, 2021, a father in Chongqing, China was driving home with his son when he felt a small rock hit the top of his car. Driving down this road seems scary enough. Then things get scarier when the landslide almost pushes them off the edge. He had lived there long enough to know how frequent rock slides can be where there's one small rock. In anticipation of more danger, they sped away, narrowly escaping disaster. Another approaching car revealed the close call near the edge. They managed to avoid tragedy with a last-second move. Fleeing for safety, they were lucky to escape unhurt. The car sustained substantial damage from the falling rocks. Workers closed the road and began clearing the debris. Number 8. Youre is a small city in central China. By small, we mean small by Chinese standards. They're still home to about 780,000 people. They're spot on. The Qing River also attracts lots of summer tourism. There are plenty of hotels, restaurants, and spas to explore. The tourists were gone by December 27, 2019. A loud crash drew the attention of passers-by as a sinkhole appeared on the street. Smartphone recording showed its significant size, later confirmed by an aerial shot. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and the driver was unharmed. The road closed for repairs until January 1st, and the sinkhole's cause remained unknown, possibly due to unstable ground after years of wear and tear. Number 9. Gujarat is the 5th largest Indian state but has the most coastline in the country. As such, they're a major port state. 40% of India's ocean cargo moves through their public and private sector ports like other countries. These Indian dock workers operate on very tight schedules. On August 28, 2019, one truck driver came in a little too fast. As the truck descended the ramp, it appeared normal until it tried to turn, nearly tipping over and driving off-screen. The subsequent crash into the water caught everyone's attention. The driver and passenger were rescued and treated for minor injuries, while the cargo sank to the bottom of the Arabian Sea. Number 10. Clearwater is a beach city in the Tampa Bay area of South Florida. They're known for their sunny weather and beautiful beaches. Then again, so is all of Tampa Bay. While some locals spend their free time in the water, others take to the sky. On November 19, 2017, a small plane was forced to make an emergency landing on a busy main road. Traffic was buzzing in every direction. Thankfully, deputies with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department were able to block traffic and offer the plane a short landing strip. Their dash cams captured the dramatic crash. You can see the plane approaching overhead as the deputies take a position on the road. It passes maybe 15 feet above our car before crashing off camera. We catch the tail end of the crash. Upon switching cars, the other deputy races ahead to block oncoming traffic, although they probably would have stopped anyway as he drives. You can see where the plane obliterated the tree before crashing. Miraculously, the pilot and passenger emerged unharmed. They had recently taken off from Clearwater Airport about 50 miles away. They were on their way back when something went wrong. The pilot was forced to make an emergency landing. To add insult to injury, they were only half a mile away from the airfield.